I'm Amanda McLaren, and this is the Papaya Pod.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Papaya Pod Race Review with Jimmy and Keith. I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Keith, and welcome, and thank you for having me again.
Welcome back. Another Papaya Pod Race Review.
Yeah.
I am so excited for this one, Keith. We've had a couple of... Well, the first one wasn't the end of the world. The second one, China, we all know how that went. We didn't even start the race, neither car. So we tried to make of that what we could. I think we've got a lot to talk about for this one.
I think we have, and I think we should start with Konnichiwa, because we're ready to go.
Absolutely. Yes, I love that. I love that. Where do you want to start, man? Both cars started. Oscar Piastri finally started a Grand Prix 3 races in.
And let's talk about it. What sort of start was it? It was a blistering start.
It was an unbelievable start. We keep talking about the Ferraris' quick starts. We've been talking about it in Australia and in China. And in Japan, it was the McLaren's turn to have those rapid boost starts.
Yeah, we had two fantastic starts, didn't we? Where, we saw Oscar take the whole shot. Quick reactions, Bosch. Kimi bogged it down. Goodness knows what at the wheel spins and everything else. But also Lando picking that line and, what a start. What a start.
What a start indeed. So for those that don't know, Lando started in 5th and Oscar started in 3rd. Straight from the off, Oscar got into 1st place. Boom. Out of absolutely nowhere, like a rocket ship, like the Ferraris have done, like I just said.
Yeah.
So good to see. And Lando got into 3rd. There we go. Your initial thought is, this would be nice while it lasts, because, we know what these Mercedes can do. Once they do eventually get going, they're a little bit slow off the start, but once they get going, we normally know what they can do. And Oscar just held position.
He just got out there. He got into free air. He got into a rhythm, and it was like, whoa, 1 second, 1.5, 1.7, 1.9. It was like, oh, like it.
I mean, he was never dominating in the way that you perhaps saw in some of the races last year when Lando or Oscar got away nice and they just disappeared. Yeah. And a bit like Max has done so many times in the past. He just disappears and then that's it. You don't see him again for the rest of the race.
Didn't quite happen like that, though.
It wasn't quite like that. It was never comfortable. I don't know about you. I was never comfortable.
It was fingernails at the ready.
Yeah, it really, really was. And of course, Lando comes into the pit. Oscar comes into the pits first. I think he did. Yeah, Lando's stop was 2.5 seconds. Oscar's stop was 2.4 seconds. Both pretty solid. If you think, all right, this is looking pretty damn good.
Teamwork. We got it. Yep.
Oscar comes out minus Kimi and Charles Leclerc. Basically, them two needed to pit. I know there were some other cars.
We kind of know where that pit window is going to be, don't we? Because technically they're on the board, but we know they haven't been in yet. So yeah.
And so you think, right, okay, so Oscar's kept his track position with a solid pit stop. That those two will pit. Oscar will regain 1st place, and away we go. See if we can hold it.
Boom.
And then poor little Ollie Behrman had. Let's be honest, it was a nasty, nasty bang.
Well, should we take a minute to 50 G's? At the end of the day, if you're a pilot, 50 G's, that's one hell of a hit. I think my initial reaction was, is he getting out of the car? Is he getting out of the car? We saw him walk away without that limp, really. It was just, but I think that was pure adrenaline. Get me out of the car, get me out of the car. And then you could physically see he was in pain holding that leg. I'll be honest, I went straight to, damn it, he's broken his leg holding the pedals. Pedal boxes come back and, he sent that mechanism of injury because of the impact, sent that shockwave up. And I was thinking, oh, no, not tib and fib or ankle, because that would see him out for quite a while. But the good news is he came on and made a statement, didn't he? Bless his heart.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't one of these spectacular crashes that we've seen in the past where the car was flipping, but
that was fast, though.
I mean, it was a hell of an impact. For it to be 50G, I think Carlos Sainz said that his was 46, I believe.
And that left him battered.
Exactly that. So,
and the thing is, because the car was skipping for those people that are, we know that there was no braking involved. There was no manual way of braking the car, slowing the car down. As it went sideways and started skipping, of course, doesn't matter how hard you put your foot on the brake and how much you turn that steering wheel, that momentum, that mechanism is gone. And then the only thing stopping him was a barrier, and it was completely side on. And I just remember wincing at the screen going, and I had to hit the rewind button, even though I was watching. I had to hit the rewind button, and it was like, my gosh, bless
it wasn't
heart.
even as if, like you say, it wasn't like he went in at a slight angle,
No,
which took a bit of the
bang.
impact out first before the rest of it. It hit it.
Sideswipe, wasn't it? It was awful, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't nice to watch, but thankfully he is okay, Ollie Behrman. So hopefully he's got a nice little break now to fully recover anyway.
Yeah, he's got 4 weeks to work with his physio to get in a barack chamber, get that air pressure, get that body repaired. He can do this.
He'll be all right. He'll be fine. A little bit shaken up.
But it brought out a safety car.
It brought out the safety car, and I bet Kimi and Charles Leclerc could not believe their luck. If that safety car is 1 lap later, nobody probably benefits from it.
No.
George came on the radio, very frustrated.
Extremely frustrated, yes.
But this is one of those things, right?
It's racing. It's racing. It's what happens. It's racing. Nobody knows when they're going to pull a safety car. Nobody knows when the yellow flags are going to go out. This is racing, and we've seen it happen to Max in the past. We've seen it happen to Lewis in the past. Well, we won't go about the Lewis one, will we? And some of the bad calls on that in from years gone back. But we've seen this all. We've seen Lando,
8-time world champion Lewis. Is
that's the one? That'll be the one. But we've all seen it happen, and it's happened to the best of them. So I think really and truly, you've just got to suck it up. It's a lottery, and you just go, well, I missed out on that one, didn't I?
Okay, so I'm going to admit something here.
Oh,
yeah. This is
confession time, ladies and gents. Listening now to Jimmy.
This is going to be controversial, and everyone's going to have different opinions on this. And I hate myself for even thinking about it. But I'm going to be honest with you all, because, honesty is the best policy and all that.
Yeah.
This is our little therapy session we have.
Yeah.
I thought, what happens if that exact scenario happens last year towards the end of the season, but instead of it being the 2 Mercedes, it's the 2 McLarens?
Would I have been going, it's a lottery, or would I have been throwing my toys out of my cot?
What does the team do? Did a team get involved? It's all ifs and buts, right? We don't know. But we all know about the controversy that was surrounding McLaren last year, and a few
I've heard people saying, what I've heard people saying, Jimmy, is what they should do then is if they know let's say it takes 20.2 seconds from start to finish, start as you come into the box, do the pit and get out. Let's say it takes roughly on the average, say 22 seconds. They should make even the safety car stops 22 seconds. But of course, that doesn't still work with the way that the pack's packing up, because then they could end up coming out in a completely wrong position. So I don't know if there's a fairer way of doing it than just going, well, Bert got out in time.
Good luck. It seems so incredibly unfair.
Or do they say pit lane is shut? Does everybody have to hold position?
Yeah, but then you back up the pack, and the people who haven't pitted lose out, right?
Yeah.
Instead of them gaining a free pit stop, it's costing them a full pit stop.
Yeah.
So that's not then fair either.
So there's no kind of happy medium, is there? It's really difficult to say when Bert's coming out.
I think they keep it as it is, right? They have to. This is how it's always been. There's no difference to how it's been before.
What we will say, ladies and gents, is there is no hate towards Bert, okay? It's not his problem. He comes out when he's told to.
There is no hate towards anyone on here. This is
not on this channel.
A hateful podcast.
Not on this channel, there's not.
But yeah, I hate myself. This is the only bit of hate that's here. I hate myself for thinking that, but I couldn't help it. And equally, what if that happens with Mercedes later in the season, when there's a tight total race, if there's a tight total race between George and Kimi, do team orders come into it then in that situation? Personally, I think that's a situation where you just go, we're leaving it well alone. That's racing.
You've either got to leave well alone or you've got to double stack and just hope the team don't drop the ball and make them the fastest double stack you can ever do. So do you call it too early? Do you wait another lap? Can you get caught with your pants down?
I think you easily can. We've seen it so many times in the past. I don't know. And I like I say, I hate to bring that up, but I couldn't help myself. I'm going to level with you. That's just what I was thinking.
You're allowed to, though, Bud. We're allowed to have those thoughts in our brains. How many of us have sat there and gone, what if? What if something had happened? It would have been a completely different race. What if that hadn't been there? What if? We do what ifs all the time. When we're watching the race, we do it. Oh, what if we get in front of that one? But it's race. And I think this is why we love it, because it's like a roulette table. You don't know where it's going to land. And off you go.
Yeah, it is just the luck of the draw. I think it's maybe similar to when Oscar got caught out with his penalty behind the safety car when he broke excessively, and the team, he sort of radioed to the team and said, if you think it's unfair, let's switch positions and go racing. And
yeah,
I mean, everyone knows how we feel about that. We spoke about it last year. Excuse me, I'm going to open my can because I forgot to open it before we started. So
that's right, because I'm drinking tea from a papaya pod, and I'm wearing, for those of you that are interested, it's a different one to earlier. If you're in the competition, if you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say.
One of his many, many hats. I've just had my coffee in my papaya pod mug.
Mine's
and
still
now
going down.
I'm hitting this stuff. That is how tired I am, ladies and gentlemen. Life is kicking my butt right now, but we will pull through.
We will pull through, just as our drivers will. Just as our drivers will as well. But I think I'm going to keep that analogy of the roulette one until we go to Las Vegas, because I think that would have been the right place to drop that sort of like.
We'll drop it again. Hopefully people would have forgotten by then.
So then we get a restart all of a sudden. And when does Kimi pull the plug? Does he keep them backed up? Does he wait? But when he went, he caught quite a few of them napping.
I think he caught Oscar napping.
He definitely caught Oscar, and I don't think that George was ready either. I think it was, let's go, we're gone.
Well, George came on the radio, didn't he, whilst the safety car was still out, saying, basically asking when Kimi was going. Is he going to go when we've practiced or not? And his engineer came back out and said, we don't know.
Nope.
And they didn't know.
Nope.
Because it was a great move.
It was a cracker. And of course, George didn't get the head start to try and get right up. He got caught with his pants down just like everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, he really did. I mean, Kimi Antonelli, man, what a drive. This kid's 20 years old. 19, 20? 19.
He's a teenager.
Whatever he is, it's ridiculous.
He's a teenager.
He's not even 20 yet.
Yeah, he's a teenager that passed his driving test not long ago.
He wasn't even allowed champagne on the podium because he's not legally allowed to drink in Japan.
So they soaked him so he could drink it anyway. Did you notice they'd removed the bottle off his sparkling water?
Yes, they took the label off. I loved how, because Jensen in the commentary, I don't know if you saw it, he said about, hang on a minute, he's going to get sprayed with the actual champagne. He's going to end up drinking more of that than what the stuff he's actually got. And which was great because I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm sure many were.
But what a drive! Let's give him credit where credit's due. The start would have possibly, other drivers would have possibly changed their mindset because of the start, and it would have affected their race. But he put it behind him. He's young, which is fantastic. He's got that want, hasn't he? He's got that bit between the teeth, and he just kept doing what Kimi does, which is being inch perfect on the track where others struggled.
Yeah, he really was. I mean, after China, everyone was talking about, is he in a race for the championship with George? And he even said himself, no, we're not even thinking about that. And I know we're only 3 races in. I get that. But I think he's going to have to start thinking about it quite soon. I know there's a very long way to go.
There is.
But right now, I'm seeing no reason why he cannot be challenging for the World Championship this year.
There's no reason at all. He's got the drive, he's got the passion, he's got the backing of a great team. He's got a fantastic team engineer, as we all know that he's got one of the best team engineers out there. It's a recipe for success. He is the recipe for success. He's a cracking lad, and I love the fact that he's still approachable, personable. He talks to the fans, he meets with and I hope that doesn't change. I hope they don't change that in him.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I don't think he will. His family around him seems so grounded. His dad talks really well.
Yeah.
And do you know what? We know that nice guys can win, because Lando did it last year his way, didn't he? So good luck to Kimi.
Good luck to him all the way.
However, we have proved, in the words of Oscar Piastri, when we start these things, we're pretty damn good at them. We're perhaps not as far off the pace as we thought.
I think we've got a couple of gremlins, and I was a little bit concerned when Lando's already taken his first changeover, and then to see him sitting in the pits as well. And I'm thinking, get him up for qualifying. We're just having a quick technical issue. Something's not talking to each other. And I'm thinking, not again, please. Not again. We've got to make some quick changes to the car. And I'm thinking, no. But they're gremlins. We've got 4 weeks, Jimmy.
Yeah.
4 weeks to go gremlin hunting now. Maybe a new chassis, maybe an upgrade or 2 or 10. Who knows what we're going to be like in Miami?
Yeah. I was so excited watching this race. Just to see our boys up there. I mean, Oscar, what a phenomenal weekend that man had.
What a start. What a
phenomenal weekend. I have to admit, I was so desperate for Charles to keep George Russell back, because Oscar took Charles Leclerc in what was a great overtake. But when Oscar was running in second, then you had Charles Leclerc, then obviously George Russell was eventually fourth, and at that point you just think, oh God, he's going to do what these Mercedes have done in the last 2 races. He's going to get past Charles, he's going to catch up, he's going to overtake Charles Leclerc, he's going to overtake Oscar. Hopefully Oscar can still finish in third on the podium. That would be lovely.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen.
No.
We had
very
surprised.
Yeah. If we had one Ferrari driver saying, I've got no power, it's not working, and we had the other one deploying his power tactically in the right place to stop George doing the little cut through, letting him stop George from doing the dive bomb. Charles made that much smaller car this year, much wider, and he definitely was using his boost button properly, looking for it and just making that. And when that Ferrari goes, that thing was like a rocket. Hits that boost button, come out those corners, and you're like, he's halfway down the start and finish line.
Yeah, it is insane.
It's the power delivery is immense.
I think, like you say, they're having the strategy. They're having to figure out when to use all this extra power. Yeah. But it is also trial and error, right? How many times did we see someone overtake on the final bend and then lose a spot on the pit straight?
Yeah,
we saw it time and time again. It happened with Lando and Lewis before eventually Lando realised, actually, I need to use it here instead of a bit earlier because he's just going to get me back. So we're still seeing trial and error with this whole new system. But it is great to watch. From
a spectator's perspective, I'm loving it. Yeah. I love the overtakes. And let's go to the podium for a minute. We have a Mercedes, we have a McLaren, and we have a Ferrari. We had 3 different manufacturers on the podium, and we haven't had that for quite a while, where we've been consistently seeing 3 different manufacturers. Often it's been 1 and 2, 1. But, again, that top 6 cars was the top 3 teams again. It's getting interesting. But then let's talk about Gasly for a minute.
Yeah.
He kept Max behind him.
That Alpine is looking pretty damn good.
My predictions are looking pretty damn
I don't think any of our predictions are looking too great at this point. But I mean, we did say that, or certainly I remember talking about the Alpine saying I fancied them doing well purely on the basis that they've got this Mercedes engine, right? There was so much hype about this Mercedes engine before the start of the season. So I gave them sort of a bit of hope just for that alone. But I mean, yeah, fair play to Pierre Gasly because he's driving the wheels off that car. He really is. And for him to keep Max back, despite Max's issues that he's not enjoying this car at the moment, I think he's made that pretty clear.
Yes.
It's still a great job. You're still keeping one of the best behind you. And we all say it, Max could get a shopping trolley around a blooming race course pretty quick. So,
and I think, to have Isaac there as well, having Hadjar pushing his own team.
Yeah.
And he's definitely saying to everybody else, I'm not going to be that second-class driver that they've had for the last few years. I'm in this to drive this car. And I'm going to be honest. Do I like the fact that there's not a runaway car in one team? Yeah, I do. I really love the fact that Hadjar can play. I just think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Hadjar finished in 12th, which is, it
wasn't bad considering, really.
Yeah. A lot of people have done a lot worse in that second Red Bull, haven't they?
Isaac had a few issues during that race. I think he would have been higher had he not had a couple of issues, but he's out there. His elbows are out, Yeah. It's just great to see, these cars and see these teams all doing it differently this year. I think it's just making great racing.
Yeah, I think it really is. You can't take your eyes off of it. Whereas before, sometimes races can get a little bit flat.
You could go and have a cup of tea, couldn't you? Come back.
Yeah, holds position, and you'll go 10 laps where absolutely nothing happens. We're not seeing that at the moment this year, and it's good fun.
I'm loving it.
Is it perfect? Absolutely not.
Will it get better? Yeah,
I think it will.
First year of a new generation of cars.
Yeah.
In 4 years' time, in 3 to 4 years' time, we'll be going, I can't wait for the next generation of car. This one's getting boring now.
Yeah, probably. When Oscar and Lando are absolutely dominating again, everyone will get bored.
I look forward to the days of going, they've won again.
I think it was so nice on Sunday. Like I said earlier, I felt that Mercedes were miles ahead. Ferrari were the next team, but not really near enough. And then everyone else, it dropped off a cliff after that. I've completely changed my opinion.
This weekend, we became the jam in the sandwich.
We really did. And it wasn't luck. If anything, luck went against us. Had it not been for the safety car, does Oscar win? I'm going to put that to you.
Does he? Would he have had enough clean air to keep pulling?
I think he probably does.
Who knows? Who knows what might have happened had it not been for a safety car? We got in early. We got our pits in early. Everybody else was saying the hard tyres weren't working. Well, I don't think McLaren could say that because they were pretty good tyres for us. Lando came out pretty good and, had to make a move a few times on new set of tyres. And he didn't have the drop off that others were seeing.
No. And George wasn't as dominant as he was in the past 2 races. Okay, he didn't win in China, I know, but he was still incredibly quick. And Kimi was the only one he couldn't overtake. But that wasn't happening on Sunday in Japan. And that makes me think, do you know what? I think Oscar might have done it, I really do.
I think with a few minor tweaks, a couple of upgrades, maybe a change in direction, I think we've got ourselves a rocket ship. I think we know how to pilot it. I just think we need a few little modifications to come out of it and say to everybody else, we're back.
I hope you're right. I really do.
We've got a month. We've got 4 weeks of Will's going to be, he's going to be there. You know what, Will's, he's going to be there. He's going to be talking to Lando and Oscar's mechanic as well. And they're going to be going, right, give us the feedback. Talk to us. What do you feel the car? They might even with the sim be able to learn maybe where to, to hit their boost, to use it better, to back up their battery. who knows? 4 weeks is a long time in the world of racing. It's almost the whole winter season break gone.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, let's talk about Oscar's engineer, Tom Stallard.
Tom's
One
a
of
great
the
lad.
things he said after the race, which I thought was brilliant, was something along the lines of, this isn't an exact quote, well, Oscar, I didn't expect to be sitting here after the race saying that a safety car may have just cost us the win.
And that's pretty damn good quote, I reckon.
I think he took the words out of all McLaren fans' mouths, because I don't think, if we're being honest, not one McLaren fan in the world could have imagined that Oscar Piastri would have been, I'm not going to say robbed of a win, because that's a bit extreme, but even within a chance of a win, I don't think anyone expected that.
No, I think after him not making his home Grand Prix, not getting out on the track, then we had both of them sitting in the garage last week. I don't think any of us ever thought that Oscar was going to be in for his maiden win of the 2026 season. And we came within touching distance of that first win of 2026. But what it does mean is they're well within our reach. They're well within our grasp. And it wasn't a one-off. This is both McLarens. They did well. Yes, the power delivery maybe wasn't balanced between the two because we're seeing different readings. But do you know what? Tom and Will, they've got us covered. We've got this.
I think so. We've said all along, haven't we? This was a big learning curve. Will the break be good for us? I was initially thinking yes. I couldn't wait for this break after the first two races. I'm not so sure now. Do they not want to just get straight back in them cars and go again after that?
I think they want some. I think they do. I think the boys, the racers, will want to be out on track and racing. I think they're going to have the bit between the teeth. I think a lot of the engineers and the backroom boys and all those guys that sit in mission control, bless their hearts, because there's that whole team behind them at MTC. They're going to be going, right, we've got 4 weeks to go gremlin hunting. You know, they've got 4 weeks to run simulations, 4 weeks to run data. I think there's a bit of both there, Jimmy. I think you've got a bit of a lottery there. Some are saying, let's go racing, let's iron it out as we go. And I think you've got the hardcore engineers going, no, this is time to play. This is time to go defensive, and let's find that extra boost. Let's shave off that little bit there. Let's get our ECUs reprogrammed and talking. I don't know. Which one am I? I'm a 4 week, we can do this, boy. I think I'm going with, I'm the 4. You're the, let's go racing. I'm the, no, let's have a look at these cars.
I'm ready to go again this weekend. Let's go.
I'm always ready to go racing. You know I am. But I just wonder if 4 weeks, but then again, I suppose that's 4 weeks for every team as well. They're all going to be doing the same.
It is.
They're all going to be doing the same.
And they've got a lot more data to go on as well. Let's be honest. We've had one race where both cars have started and finished. One race out of 3.
Yeah. So we've got some catch up to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we can't afford too many more mechanicals because they're only getting a couple of units for the electric stuff and we're already down to 1. So.
And the Mercedes and the Ferraris don't seem to be having too many reliability issues, do they? I know George had a few issues on Sunday and on Saturday, in fact, but
they're not getting the gremlins that we got. The ground.
No, they're not keeping them out of races. They're not DNFing. No. They're not DNSing.
No.
So yeah, we've still got that to contend with, and we can't get too carried away. We can't because
we mustn't.
It's easy to, and I want to, but the reality is there's still going to be issues there. There just is.
It's a first year of a brand new production car. At the moment, Ferrari have been sitting pretty. Mercedes have been sitting pretty. We use a Mercedes engine, but we're running our own electrics and our own communication systems. They could be facing the gremlins later on in the season that we've already ironed out. That's the difference. Will they have a complete year of hassle-free driving? One thinks not. No. There's going to be something. It's going to catch back. There'll be a particular circuit it doesn't work for, but yeah, we're all going to go through it. We're all going to go through it.
Yeah, I think so. I'm just excited because we're not that far off, and it must be such a lift for all of the guys, like you just said about all the guys back at the MTC must have watched that and gone, we're pretty close. We've
How many
not got it all
shoulders-
wrong.
How many shoulders do you think went, "Whew, we've done it"?
Do you know? I think not many. I think they would be like, right, let's go. We're there. We are in with a fight here.
Yeah, I think we were in with a fight. We put up a good fight, and we've proved to everybody that we can come out fighting, and we are prepared to race with our elbows out. And that start, if that didn't send a warning to the other teams that we've nailed our starting procedure, we've got the revs at the right point, the battery's now ready to rock and roll. Yeah, that was a cracker. That was a cracker.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I'm excited, man. I'm so excited.
Launch mode activated. I think that would have said in his head.
I think the people that probably shocked that start the most will be Ferrari.
Yes. Yeah, because they were kind of the ones that were fastest out of the blocks for the first two races.
By some distance. There wasn't
And
another
then all
car
of a
on the
sudden,
grid that could keep up.
All of a sudden, a marmalade-coloured car comes up and goes, "Ooh!"
We'll have some of these boost starts as well.
I'm just really excited for what this season's going to bring us. I'm gutted that we're not racing in the Middle East, but we know why, and we're not going to harp on that, but we've got to think of the safety for all of the teams. We don't want anybody put into jeopardy. We don't want anybody getting into a pickle. So can we now look forward to Miami? Oh, yeah. Let's do this.
Absolutely, we can.
Let's do this.
Just touching on that, yeah, it's the safety of everyone. I fully get that. But do you know what it also is? It's a little reminder on what's going on, because
in the world. Yeah.
I mean, obviously when it all started, it was all everywhere, and you couldn't get it, you couldn't not see it anywhere. Obviously, the longer these things go on, the news sort of side tends to die down a little bit, but it is important to remember that this is going on, and it's not just there, it's all around the world. So without dwelling on it, there is more important things than the sport that we love.
There absolutely is. And if we roll the clock back a few years ago, all the Russian oligarchs, all the drivers lost their drives because of Russia and Ukraine. Yeah. Well, we don't hear about that on the track anymore. It's gone very, very quiet, although we know they're still fighting, bless them. And we do get wrapped up in our racing world, but we've got to think about the other people in these teams that are in these spaces. What are their families feeling? You know, they've got their husbands and their sons racing, but they're not just racing. They're in a potential war zone. Would I want my kids out there? No.
Absolutely.
Would I want my kids looked after? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. So, you know, well done for the Formula One saying, right, let's pull them ones. We've got a big enough calendar to make sure we can still race. And I'm sure they can fit something in. And I think there's already rumour control that things are being looked at to add an extra round in here, there and everywhere. So let's watch this space.
Yeah, I mean, if it does, great. If it doesn't, I'm not too disappointed. Like I said, this isn't a decision that would have been taken lightly. We all know the sort of money we're talking about that the FIA will be losing out on for this. But like we said, there's far more important things than that. And, you know, even if they don't reschedule them, we've still got 22 races, which is a lot more than we used to get.
It's going to take us deep into the winter months, and we get to go racing. We get to have a final in December. What more could we ask for? We get almost a whole year these days, a whole calendar of racing. It's just fantastic. It's phenomenal.
It really is. It really, really is, mate. And I can't wait for Miami in 4.5 weeks' time.
No, I feel very privileged to be a fan of what is a fantastic sport. I love it with a passion like you do. We are Papaya passionate as well, very much so. We're Papaya passionate. But do you know what? Life is good, and I love a bit of racing.
Absolutely. I second that. Keith, this has been a pleasure as always, my friend. It's been a lot more to talk about this week, guys, isn't there? Than certainly than the last race review, which is very nice. Hopefully we have many more like this.
Absolutely. I really do, Jimmy. And thanks for having me back on. It's always such a giggle. It's such a relaxed conversation, and we just get to talk about racing. We get to talk about other drivers like poor Ollie, etc. And we put the racing world to rights in a Papaya brain. And I love that. So don't forget, ladies and gents, if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, give us a comment. And don't forget, there is a competition running.
There is indeed. Go and have a
Third
look
one-
across the
Third
social.
one today. That's all I'm going to say. 3 views today. Third one today. Get your bids in.
There you go. Go and check out the competition we got running across all the socials. You cannot miss it. It involves the lovely Keith there and some headwear, shall we say?
Yeah, my cat. And I'm not going to. Someone said to me on Instagram, so Keith, how many caps do you have? I was like, I am not telling you because you're going to put that as your highest bid. I'm not going there.
Yeah, we're not
But
giving you any. We're not giving you any clues.
I do have a new one coming. I have got a sneaky cap coming. It's coming from the barber. It's coming from America, from this week's IndyCar race on Sunday. There's a special number 5 cap coming. So there's another one to the collection that will be worn.
That is what your house needs. Another McLaren hat, Keith.
My wife's like, oh God, who's feeding his addiction this time?
Go and check out that competition and go and get involved. It's a bit of fun. You can win a good prize. We don't know what it is yet. It's going to be a great prize. We don't know what it is yet, but we'll make sure it's great.
It's going to be a good prize.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. This has been the Papaya Pod Race Review. I've been Jimmy. That's been Keith. And until next time.
Never stop racing. Let's do this.